These are 7 Roblox games that at one point had millions and even billions of visits, but now they're completely dead. Like Welcome to the Town of ROBLOXIA was a very popular roleplay game that at one point had over 20 million visits, but the way it died was pretty devastating. The game was created by a user by the name of OneDev2, and he made the game Welcome to the Town of ROBLOXIA after getting permission to make a game similar to ROBLOXaville, another roleplay game. And so for 2 years, Welcome to the Town of ROBLOXIA was incredibly successful. But then in the year 2012, that's when the entire Roblox website got hacked. You know, the whole April Fool's hacking incident, unpublished faces were being released, hackers were spamming different texts on the Roblox banner, and a ton of Robux and even Roblox items were being given away for free. And so once the Roblox admins got back in control of the website, they terminated OneDev2 because he bought a hat on April Fool's, which admins thought he had acquired illegitimately. Yeah, they thought he bought the eerie pumpkin head for 2 million Robux, and when he got his account banned, the game Welcome to the Town of ROBLOXIA became uncopylocked, meaning that many users were able to copy the game and publish the game themselves. Like if you look on Roblox right now, there's hundreds upon hundreds, maybe even thousands of Welcome to the Town of ROBLOXIA clones, but none of them are the original. One of the people that copied the ROBLOXIA game was Jared Valdez 4, a notorious Roblox user who copies a lot of popular Roblox games, and his Welcome to the Town of ROBLOXIA game achieved over 2.7 million visits. And so OneDev2 never actually got his account back. He had to make another account called OneDev3, and he has his own version of Welcome to the Town of ROBLOXIA, but if you look at the visits, they're nowhere near where it once used to be, all because Roblox improperly banned him. He did go on to make a couple of other games that did gain some popularity, but nowhere near as his original game that now a lot of people have copies of. And he was last online 2 years ago with his description now saying all grown up, sad face. But this game is nowhere near as controversial as Weightlifting Simulator 3, which in total has 1 billion visits, but now it's completely dead. That's because when you join the game and try to play Weightlifting Simulator, you'll notice that it says content deleted, and now the entire game is just the default Roblox house. So what exactly happened here? Well, the whole weightlifting series was made by this user known as Avectus. He actually made a whole bunch of different games, many of which are dead, and some of them no longer playable. And Weightlifting Simulator 3 came out in the year 2018, but why did it get deleted? Well, in the year 2020, the game was suddenly deleted for unknown reasons, but many people believe it got deleted because Avectus actually has a history of scamming people. Yeah, that's right, Avectus has actually sold Robux on third-party websites, which again is a bannable offense. He's also known for scamming players and refusing to pay those who helped work on his games. Yeah, like in fact, Weightlifting Simulator 3, that was originally developed by Winter Soldiers, and Avectus actually copied it. Same with Weightlifting Simulator 2, a game with 77.5 million visits. That game was originally created by Axelworld. So Avectus actually has a history of stealing games and scamming players and developers, and for that reason, his Weightlifting Simulator 3 game got deleted, as well as his account Avectus got a termination. But that was not the end of him and Weightlifting Simulator at all, because things got much worse. See, the game was deleted in the year 2020, but in the year 2021, the game files were leaked and completely stolen from Avectus by many developers, and Avectus was not happy about this, and so he made another account called ScriptBloxian, and he tried to sue all the Roblox developers and requested the personal information of up to 420,000 users, including IP addresses, real names, and phone numbers. Roblox responded saying that the terms were especially unreasonable. I mean, more than likely he was going to try to dox these developers in revenge for stealing his game that he also stole, but Weightlifting Simulator 3 is still to this day the most visited game that is content deleted, and ScriptBloxian, aka Avectus, is actually still making games and is actually doing good with them. Unlike this other unfortunate game called KAIJU Universe, it's a game with 700 million visits, and the concept of it is amazing. You play as different kaiju monsters like Godzilla, King Kong, King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, and other crazy well-known kaijus. But then, after 4 years of this hit popular game, it received a DMCA request and the game was shut down by none other than Toho Studios, the company that owns the Godzilla franchise. And so one of the developers of the game, Verret, states, "It is with heavy heart that I share some news with you today. We've had to take KAIJU Universe down. This is certainly not the outcome we hoped for, but it's not all bleak. We are excited to announce that we are in the process of collaborating with some remarkable partners to secure an official license. essentially stating that they want to collab with Toho Studios and make Kaiju Universe an official Godzilla game. Unfortunately for the developers, that never actually happened, and to be fair, the DMCA strike was warranted. The Roblox devs were making a profit with these licensed characters, which is extremely illegal by the way, and so therefore it got banned. And so some good news and bad news about the game. The good news is that Kaiju Universe to this day is actually playable. The bad news is that Godzilla and all these popular monsters are nowhere to be found, meaning that this collaboration that they wanted still hasn't been worked on. Like, these are the current monsters that you can play as, which look pretty interesting, but it's nowhere near the iconic monsters such as King Ghidorah, Gojira, and especially Godzilla himself. All of these characters had to be removed from the game, making Kaiju Universe nowhere near as popular as it once was. It's almost as sad as this story from this game creator who actually made a collection of different games which in total garnered millions upon millions of visits. He would make different houses and rooms for people to explore and look around in, and he built a whole community around these types of games. And despite all these visits from all these different games that he made, you'll notice that the place visits now says 0. Well, that's because if you try to click on any of these games, it now says, sorry, this experience is private. Yet every single game he made on here, he ended up privating, never allowing people to see it ever again. And you'll see that they were last online 3 years ago, and the description now reads, if you're reading this and wondering why I closed all my games/builds, it's because I have quit Roblox and I'm moving on with life. Thank you. And it seems pretty normal and it's fair to do, but it is strange to private all these games, no longer allowing people to see it ever again. What's also strange is that they changed their expression to a sad face. Not only that, but if you go to all the groups that the creator Pop70 owns, you'll see text such as dead group, forever dead. This one says, I'm sorry. And then finally in this group, this is now a dead group because it was an old project, but I don't have time anymore to keep up with this group. I stopped it because I got too stressed and making drawings is a chore and not something I enjoy anymore. I'm aware this might upset a few users. I'm sorry, sad face. And then finally in their shout page, it says, this group is now dead. You can see on the board that there's still people that come in and write messages. There's some people that are wanting the games to be public again, just to be able to visit and gain some of that nostalgia. But it's sad to know that all these games are no longer playable, and this developer Pop70 just kind of moved on with their life and kind of left everything a mystery. Like, even trying to click on his Twitter, he ended up deleting it as well. But now we move on to this once popular Roblox game called Pokemon Brick Bronze. Literally what it sounds like is Roblox and Pokemon together. Like, with your Roblox character, you can explore the land of Pokemon and fight and capture different Pokemon characters. The game was massively popular and spearheaded by this user Lando64000, but just like Kaiju Universe, in the year 2018, Lando ended up posting this tweet: the Brick Bronze project is officially discontinued, as requested by the Pokemon Company. We will forever cherish the memories we have made while developing and playing it with you all. We appreciate the love and support of our fans. We plan to continue making games and hope to see you enjoy them too. So very similar to Kaiju Universe, the game was making profits off of characters that's very obviously not theirs, and so the Pokemon Company struck them down. Now, what is weird though is if you look up Pokemon Brick Bronze, you'll see a lot of clones of these games. Some of them are fake, but some of them are actually real and legit. I will say these games get shut down very quick. Like this one with over 7,000 players. The game was barely created on October 15th, 2024, literally 6 days ago from this recording. So more than likely Roblox is going to find out about this game, shut it down, and then they're going to re-upload it somewhere else. He ended up making another game called Lumion Legacy, which plays exactly like Pokemon, but with their own monsters, so it's not stealing anymore. Yet sometimes Pokemon Brick Bronze is hidden in certain Roblox games, like for example this one called Obby Rush. It looks totally normal, and when you join the game, it's a pretty easy obby, but once you beat the obby, you get teleported to a secret game, Mr. Fuzzy Nut's Place number 2, aka the Spongy Construction Project, and this game is actually massive. See, the game actually started in the year 2016 by the developer known as Sponge is 5. Now in the year 2022, the game unfortunately received a copyright strike from Paramount, and now this time the creators weren't really doing anything wrong. Like, the creators of the game weren't receiving any profits, there's no pay to win options in this game, everything is literally all for free, but still the company never responded, and so the game had to be shut down. Yeah, the game's been deleted and re-uploaded multiple times, and just when people thought the game was gone for good, that's when Sponges5, the developer, wrote on his Discord saying, for the time being, if you want to play Spongy again, you're going to have to find it. And so at this point, many people joined different Roblox games trying to find the hidden SpongeBob game, until finally they found this account, Mr. Fuzzy Nuts, who made this game called Obby Rush that again looks completely normal, but once you beat the obby, you get teleported to the SpongeBob game, therefore fooling the Roblox moderators and still being able to play this banned and seemingly dead Roblox game. But that's not the first time that the SpongeBob SpongeBob companies have gone after Roblox games, there's also this game that had 25.8 million views, and it was made by none other than Flamingo himself. Yeah, he made it on a different account called Survival Game Dev, and essentially he made this game in reference to all these Survival the Blank the Killer, because for some reason all these games have 300 visits, even though there's like nothing in there. And so he made the SpongeBob game just to see if he can get this game popular, and it actually was a success. And again, the game has like literally nothing in it. It's just a generic tree house. There are some hidden texts around the area, like these hats won't fix your insecurities, you'll never have enough Robux, and life is short. And then if you walk around, you could also see a dead Patrick, as well as a killer Sonic, and I'll explain why he changes it to Sonic. And then down here, he also made a scary room that says you are mine forever, with like all these heads following you everywhere you go. Unfortunately, the SpongeBob company ended up shutting down a whole bunch of different SpongeBob games. The company used to be known as Viacom, it's now known as Paramount. And so for Albert to avoid getting his game banned, he ended up changing it to Survival the Sonic the Killer. Unfortunately though, that didn't work out, because his game was hit with a ban saying, sorry, this place is currently under review. And then he changed it one more time, Survival the Viacom the Killer, in reference to Viacom, the SpongeBob company that shut down his game. It was a game that took him probably less than 1 hour to make, that gained 25.8 million visits, and now is no longer playable. I mean, unless you want to play this other copy of it that instead has Sonic chasing after you, with the text saying, Viacom, please don't sue me or I'll get sued. Anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.